Good afternoon, this is Sam Vaughan for NCAAM Sports Report. We're now set for the Final Four. Let's go over the games from Saturday and Sunday. We'll go over Saturday's game real quickly. UConn trounced Gonzaga on Saturday 82-54 in a game that you thought would be close. Well, you're wrong. 82-54, UConn beats. That was the final score. Kansas State loses to FAU 79-76. I wanted to take time to celebrate, and I thought we would do a top 10 plays of Kansas State's basketball season. However, I couldn't find that. We're going to see Jerome Tang congratulate the FAU basketball team on a great season. Here is that. Kansas State again lost to FAU.
Toughness, your togetherness, your ability to make plays for each other, right? Like the way you communicate with each other. Nobody can beat y'all, right? Nobody can. So just stay together. Don't get distracted between now and then, all right? Stay locked in. Keep doing what you're doing. Y'all the toughest son of a guns we played all year long. Just proud of y'all. Be rooting for you, all right?
Tang congratulated FAU like I've never seen before. That was such class by Jerome Tang. Now we move on to Sunday's games. The Creighton Blue Jays versus the San Diego Aztecs. Most of the game, Creighton led, but San Diego kind of felt like they were in the game and moving that way into the last minute and grabbed a lead over Creighton, but they would get the lead back and stay tied for most of the game, including when they were tied at 56. Then the Blue Jays last few seconds, he fouled a guy to give them the win with less than 2 seconds to go. People were complaining about whether it was a foul or not. My sense is whether it's a foul at 19:38 to go or 2 seconds to go, you call it the same way. People were upset that they called it at the end, which decides the game. Yes, but the call also can decide the game that wasn't called. So you call the same way you call the game, no matter what time it is. That's Sam Vaughan smack. Now we move on to the Texas Longhorns-Miami game. Texas came out with an 8-point lead going into half. You were wrong when you thought Miami was going to lose. Miami dominated the second half, including the last minute, a 9-2 run. The Hurricanes outscored the Longhorns 88-81. In the second half, they outscored them by a bunch. The best young quarterbacks in the game, Lamar Jackson, is requesting a trade. A franchise tender. This means team can talk to him right now, and the Ravens will decide if they can match it. You should take a chance on Lamar Jackson, his injury history. I don't think he would win a Super Bowl in his career because he just can't stay healthy. Your first goal is to be a pass quarterback so you can stay healthy. But the problem is he's not a first pass quarterback. He's a run quarterback, first option, and I just don't think you can do that. It's an unrealistic way to play. That's another Sam Vaughan smack. Just as the Ravens were quickly getting to sit down and speak John Harbaugh, reporters had reported that Lamar Jackson requested a trade, and John Harbaugh had to answer questions about that. Now we move on to the NL Central. Prediction time. The Cardinals were very good last season, but not able to finish the deal without winning a World Series since 2011. Wild card round, which is 3 games, and they were swept in 2. The best out of 3, they were swept in 2. And you got all 3 games at home, so that's not good. For the Cardinals, Goldschmidt won National League MVP. Nolan Arenado was also outstanding as he had 30 homers and 103 RBIs and batted .293. Albert Pujols was outstanding for a 43-year-old. He had 24 home runs and 68 RBIs. And he was really good down the stretch, but Babbitt Pujols has since retired. Galvin Guillory was very good at pitching for the Cardinals at 3.05 ERA. The Cardinals lost to the Phillies in the National League wild card game, which means the Cardinals got the bye and lost. And Jordan Montgomery was good for the pitching on the Cardinals. Andrea Bolt had an ERA of 3.17. Jose Quintana also had a solid year. The Cardinals pitching was one of the most talented teams about there, except they had such pretty good offense and their bullpen struggled. I'll take the Cardinals at 87 and 75. A little bit down this year, but still NL Central as we preview that. The Cubs off season, I can't find them to be much better. The market, their Cubs didn't have anybody outstanding, even though they had some of these ball players were pretty good. They were getting older. I will just tell you that I don't have the Cubs getting much better, as I have them going 75 and 87. The Reds lost more games than the Cubs did. They lost over 100 games, so they stink. Don't need to give you much of a team on that, except I hope, as I'll pick them to go 70 and 93. The Brewers now. Corbin Bourne's stats were very good last year. He had an ERA of 2.94. Devin Williams at ERA of 1.93. Bullpen was very good. They had Rodney Tell, who had 35 home runs and 89 RBIs. Willie Adams, who had 31 homers and 91 RBIs. Hunter Renfroe, who is 29, took a move to the Angels. So we'll see if that hurts him. My prediction is it will, as I have them picking being 83 and 79. Standings. We'll just go through the records as we've already done a preview for those. So I got the Cardinals finishing 87 and 75, the Brewers finishing 83 and 79, the Cubs finishing at 74 and 88, the Reds finishing at 70 and 93, the Pirates finishing at 68 and 95. Tomorrow I want to vote for you guys on mental health or sports to see if the Chiefs, who they may sign for free agencies. They still have some players that on an ESPN article that they talked about them signing. That will be over tomorrow. We'll go over all that tomorrow. Or we can talk about mental health on the topic of guns and how I would deal with guns being such a problem in America today. Part 2 of that, or we do Chiefs. Your choice. I'll post it in the comments as well. We'll see you tomorrow. This is Sam Vaughan for NCAAM Sports Report. And I'm going to tell you why I have Alabama as my number 1 seed. Because they have the best player. And that's my simple answer. And simply because Nate Oates is a very good coach. He would be the SEC Coach of the Year if this stuff didn't happen. Actually, for my answer, Dennis Gates should have won Head Coach of the Year in the SEC if over Jerry Stackhouse. If you want to put Buzz Williams there, then go ahead and put Buzz Williams there. But at least for Co-Coach of the Year, it should have been Dennis Gates. Vanderbilt did not even make the tournament.
Right.
But yeah, we'll start with the local schools, and we'll pick those games. Unfortunately, I think SEMO lost. Did lose, and they always have this guy that is a very good coach. I don't know his name. But I think he's been in the running for a Missouri job. That didn't work out one time when they did that, hired from way outside the conference. They hired Kim Anderson, and that didn't work out so well for them. So I think they just haven't done that.